So the vision of LoopMe has been around taking what would traditionally be more kind of upper funnel objectives or goals measured by results on surveys and making that optimizable and understandable. So we call that closing the loop on brand advertising. It means that we're using data and artificial intelligence to measure brand effects inside a campaign. And then rather than telling folks or customers 6 weeks or 8 weeks later how they did and how they could have improved results, we are actually optimizing using AI against consumers who are liking or engaging with content. And that's our core business. It's called Purchase Loop is the product. We've collected data from 2 billion consumers around the world, and that's 250 million people in the US, and we've built a household graph as well. So that's 90 million US households, and we are learning about those consumers, the type of content that they are interested in, some of the locations they go to, what kind of ads they're interested in interacting with, lots of data that we're collecting from advertising campaigns that we're running, and that is allowing us with our home-built DMP to then understand and optimize customer groups against marketing goals or to optimize towards advertising outcomes. We've been working around mobile video now for 8 years or so, and a lot of our data is running on mobile as well. And we connected into be able to run campaigns in CTV a couple of years ago. And the new innovation that we're bringing is allowing brands to optimize at a household level inside a campaign to the consumers that are actually being favorably changing their attitudes towards a brand. That could be brand consideration, purchase intent, or even brand affinity or brand love. We're getting that information inside a campaign flight and then changing the ad delivery. So we're showing ads based on real consumer feedback during a campaign and using AI to do that. What that means is a couple of things. It's a much better customer experience. So we're reducing wastage of ads being shown to consumers who aren't interacting with them or are engaging positively with them. That's creating a better customer experience and measurably better advertising results as well for brands. A lot of television advertisers are thinking about reach, frequency, and audiences. And that's the way that television advertising has been delivered for a long time. And what we're trying to do is bring actual outcomes into the delivery and into the measurement of the way that TV is delivered. So if an outcome traditionally measured by a survey was that a group of consumers after being exposed to advertising are now more likely to intend to buy a product or to actually consider a product, we're bringing that consideration into the ad delivery, if you like, and into the way in which advertising performance is both measured and actually optimized. This is quite a paradigm shift for the industry because it starts to move beyond just thinking about reach, frequency, and audience and actually measuring and optimizing against the outcomes. We were talking with some large agency groups over the last couple of years, and when you measure TV effectiveness, one large agency group was seeing as many as 20% of campaigns that they ran had no discernible uplift according to the surveys that they ran against customer groups. And yet at the same time, you could identify groups of people within the broader demographics that were positively impacted by the campaign. There was no discernible uplift overall. Now, in an industry that's set to do $7 or $8 billion this year of investment, that's a huge potential amount of wastage that we can correct. That's even before you've started to think about COVID, where budgets are being even more carefully spent in these times. So LoopMe partners very deeply with large agency groups, and some of our biggest customer groups are classic categories: automotive, CPG, retail, and we have financial services. We've been working with those companies around their video advertising on mobile for some years now, and then as we start to move into CTV, the first things that we're looking to optimize and measure results against would be, standard brand metrics. We also are able to look at things like online conversions driven by connected television as well, and optimizing in flight to improve those results. When you look at our core business, because everything we're running is off mobile first data tied back with our household graph to actual households, our core business, we're also able to optimize towards driving people in store using store visit data in the real world. And we've even integrated into data sets like IRI and MasterCard to measure actual sales and build ROI case studies. So those products are currently available within mobile and mobile video, and they would be things for the roadmap that we would be looking to bring also to CTV, in addition to the brand and online conversions that we're able to optimize now.